Do you want to start meditating? Do you realize that you have a lot of stress, anxiousness, or just wandering thoughts in your mind that you would like to either dissolve so that you can have more focus, be more present in life, and just feel more confident in your emotional resiliency? Or you're just a beginner meditator and you just don't know where to start and you have some resistance against it and you're not sure why, right? I got you. In this episode of Black and Meditated podcast, I'm going to address some common things, especially in the Black community, to why people are very resistant to meditation at first and how you can begin just as you are, just with your racing thoughts. And you'll be a lot more surprised at yourself about what you can do after watching this video. All right, so one of the main things that I hear people say when they talk about wanting to meditate but not being able to is that your mind has so many thoughts that you can't focus. I think, number one, in the Black community, there's a lot of crossing over here. I've heard this thing that, the saying that like, oh, I can't meditate, I have so many thoughts. I've heard that from everyone, so it's not really like a race thing. But I think that bringing into light the fact that in the Black community, a lot of our coping mechanisms have been unhealthy, and maybe we see them as healthy because they drown thoughts out. And that's how we've been conditioned to think that that's how we get rid of our thoughts. And whether that be by suppressing your thoughts because you're at work, somebody says something to you that makes you feel some type of way, but you can't react in that moment. So you suppress it or you leave it in the back of your mind to deal with later, but it never gets dealt with. Or you turn to something that's like a mind-altering substance, or you just vent it out to someone else who doesn't really have your best interest, and they end up, what's that word, where basically you end up gossiping together, and the problem never gets solved because the thought, it just circles around in your head, basically. And whatever is suppressed, it stays there and kind of festers longer because the thought, you never actually accept it as it is. You either drown it out or you just push it in the back of your mind because you don't want to deal with it right now. And I think that ties into why a lot of people think that meditation is not for them, or meditation is just like hard for their mind. But the truth is, meditation is doable for every mind. It's just that there's so many different ways to meditate, and there's really no wrong way to meditate, but there's so many different ways to meditate for different people that it's not a one size fits all thing. So the first thing to do is really debunk the idea that it's one size fits all for you, because it's not. Another thing is that a lot of people feel like if they're not able to sit still, then they're not able to focus on one particular thing. And I'd like to debunk that too. Meditation is not about focus. It's honestly about choosing what to direct your awareness to. So I want to guide us through a couple different examples of meditation. And before the example I give and after, you'll see a huge difference in where you choose to bring your attention to. So let's just practice. Release all expectations. I know it's difficult, but we're just going to practice for a moment or two. And you don't have to be in a completely quiet space. Just decide to close the eyes, or if you're uncomfortable with that, just take a soft gaze. Choose to simply be. We won't do anything special. Just allow your awareness to come inward, whatever that feels like. Notice your state of awareness shifting from the outside world to inside. Now, bring your awareness directly to the breath. Notice how the breath feels. Can you feel your inhale coming in through the nostrils? And on the exhale, can you feel the breath on the top of the lip? Maybe you can hear the breath. Maybe you notice that your breath is faster or slower than normal. Just pay attention to it. Now take an intentional inhale and an exhale. Great. Now, once you're ready, just flutter the eyes open. All right, great. So let me say a couple things about that meditation. Nowhere in the meditation did I say focus on one thing, or maybe I did insinuate that. However, most of us are trying to really force focus when focus will come easy if you just use your 5 senses. So all that meditation did was bring our awareness from the outside world and to the inside world. And meditation is generally just choosing what to bring your awareness on. You'll still have thoughts during every type of meditation. During this particular meditation, we had thoughts about the breath. I just cued you to listen to the breath, feel the breath, maybe hear the breath. And all those times you're using your 5 senses. So when you're meditating, think about how you can use your 5 senses to bring your awareness from the outside chatter and the thoughts that you don't want to hear or to think. And once you just use either your touch, taste, sight, hearing, or smell, right? Or just one or two of these, like we used, the feeling, right? Feeling the breath on your upper lip, feeling the breath come in and go out, and hearing were the 2 senses that we used in this meditation. And in every single state of awareness where you're shifting your awareness, like in meditation, you're using your senses to do that. So just simplify it. All meditation uses is your senses to shift your awareness and to choose what you're focusing on or choose what you're becoming aware of. Now, when you go to meditate, you'll see that it's not only about just focusing, and if you can't focus, then you fail the meditation. That's actually not true. When you notice that your focus has drifted away, all you have to do, or all you'll want to do, is bring your awareness back to whatever your senses are focusing on. If it's your breath, if it's the sounds of your breath or the feeling of your breath. When you notice your mind has drifted off onto a conversation that you had earlier today, or what you're going to eat for dinner later on, or something else, those are thoughts that you needed to accept and needed to process. Some thoughts, they're in your mind for a long period of time before they're able to actually get out and before you're actually able to process them. So during meditation, thoughts will come up. It's normal and accept it. Meditation creates a stable mind state for those suppressed thoughts to come up in a safe space. So they're actually going to come up more when you allow them to come up. When you do, just bring your awareness back to whatever is the focus of the meditation, your breath, your body, sight, smell, taste, whatever those 5 senses are. Hope that made sense. When you're beginning meditating, maybe starting with just 5 minutes a day is suitable for you, or maybe starting with just 7 minutes a day. Maybe sometimes people can start with 10 minutes a day. I know when I first started, 10 minutes was my minimum, and then I went up to 20 minutes. Essentially, 20 minutes a day is the ideal time to meditate. However, everybody does it at their own pace, and when you're first beginning, give yourself grace. I think just as little as 1 or 2 minutes is beneficial for the brain. So do what you can and then pace yourself. But the best thing is just to be consistent. So now with what we talked about in this section of the video, let's go back to our meditation. This time we'll do it for a little bit longer so that you can notice when thoughts come up. And then when they do, don't judge the thought. Don't say, oh my gosh, why am I having this thought? Just bring your awareness back to the breath. So again, you can close the eyes. Maybe have a soft gaze towards the bridge of the nose. This time, once you bring your awareness inward toward the breath, notice how your breath feels. Notice where the breath comes in into the nostrils. Above the bridge of the nose, inhaling and exhaling. We won't change the breath in any way. We're just noticing the normal breath as it is. Continue to breathe. Maybe you decide to listen to the breath, or just feel the gentle breeze of air on the upper lip, on the inhale, going in through the nostrils, and on the exhale, coming out through the nostrils. And this time, I'll leave a little bit of space for some silence. Keep breathing, using your sense of feeling and hearing to bring your awareness to the breath. And if your awareness drifts off onto something else, if you lose focus, just come back. Come back to the breath. It's okay to lose focus. It's normal. Just bring your awareness back to the inhale and to the exhale. Breathe with awareness. Now, in your own time, when you feel ready, you can go ahead and flutter the eyes open. All right, great. So that was a little bit longer in the meditation. And you see how I kind of guided this act of when you lose focus, because you will, and it's normal, you bring your awareness back to the focal point of the meditation, which is the breath in this point. That was something that you'll have to do actually many times during your meditation. I've been meditating for about 3 years regularly, every single day, and I still have to refocus a bunch of times during my meditation. And this coming back to your breath, coming back to the focal point during meditation is honestly like a metaphor for finding your focus in life, finding your footing, finding your focal point, and knowing that sometimes you'll drift off onto other paths in life. So this can be a whole life thing, but just know that it's always your choice what to focus on. Hey fam, I get how you feel. Burnt out from the lack of work-life balance, overextended because of the constant demands of life, and maybe even feeling invisible or lonely because you're constantly pouring into others without doing the same for yourself. Hi, my name is Lauren Rainey, and I'm the founder of Black and Meditated, where I help young women and men prevent burnout and emotional exhaustion by making self-care sustainable and not just a luxury. Because in our community, we're often conditioned to put others' masks on before our own, and we're not using the mindfulness tools that we need and that we have readily available to help reverse the mental health stigmas in our community. That's why I created the Revive and Thrive retreat. This particular retreat is a day retreat. For one day, we will dive into self-care, yoga, meditation, and leave with the tools that you need to prioritize your self-care and have time to do so to help prevent burnout and recharge.
I feel like I had a chance to ground myself. Truly, Lauren did a wonderful job planning everything with the meditations and the yoga and the activities. I felt comfortable with the group.
It was very peaceful, calming, and I got to connect with so many lovely people that I otherwise wouldn't have met before.
I just kind of let myself let go, and I think Lauren had communicated that throughout this entire trip, just letting go. So that's been transformative.
And there are 5 cities for this retreat tour. I'm kicking it off in New York City, but we're also coming to DC, LA, Houston, and Charlotte over the next couple months. You'll get $100 off for early bird pricing and flexible payment plans. You'll also get a Black and Meditated branded hoodie and notebook. I can't wait to see you there to gain your calm and to revive and thrive. So that is what people call getting control of your mind. And in this video, I was glad to guide you through a gentle guided meditation. There are many other forms of meditation, such as staring at a light while you meditate, or generally just listening to music and picking out the instruments and the harmonies that you hear. There's a meditation where you walk during your meditation, or there's just breathing meditations, just paying attention to your breath and manipulating your breath or counting your breath. So there's so many different styles of meditation that it's not one size fits all. But in general, if you'd like to begin with a simple, very easy meditation, this is a great one for you. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Let me know what other types of videos that you would like to see about meditation, about busy minds. And I love to help young men and women in the Black community release their anxiety, feelings of stress, depression, and help reduce burnout in the Black community so that you can get back to your joy, get back to your purpose, and just live life with more fulfillment and creativity. So thank you so much. Also, again, my name is Lauren, and I love to make these type of videos. You can download my free guided meditation by clicking the link in the description box below. And yeah, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.